Hi, my name is Leah Day, and this is a video for the Free Motion Quilting Project. Today we're learning a new design, and this one's called Oblivion. It's basically a branching design that we're inserting kind of almost an eye shape inside of. It's a little funky, but I'm sure you're going to love the texture that we're going to end up with at the end. So let's get on the machine and see how this works in free motion. So I'm going to get started stitching a long curvy line. Whoop. I sped up quite a bit right there, but that's okay. I want to create a little, almost a kind of a football shaped area. I want a nice little gap right in here. And now I'm going to travel stitch into this space. And I'm going to stitch a circle. This is where the eye comes in. And we're going to fill that circle with an open spiral. Just stitch yourself in and then stitch right through the middle of that spiral to get out. Now to fill up this little gap on either side of the eye, I'm going to just bounce back and forth with just some bouncy echoes. I'm just kind of pivoting, bouncing, swinging up and around. So this is definitely a multi-step design. You want to take it slow and just do one step at a time. Now I'm going to bounce back and forth on this side. Go to that tip, and now I'm going to travel stitch all the way back down. Actually, no I'm not. I'm just going to go back to that tip. I changed my mind. What am I doing here? I'm going to go back to the tip and I'm going to echo all the way back. That's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to travel stitch and go back to that tip. And this time I'm going to hit the tip and I'm going to echo down the opposite side. So basically we're going to build up some lines of echoing all around the shape. But we're going to make sure that we are always hitting that tip so it builds up a little extra texture right there. I think that's going to make it look so much more beautiful. Okay, one more. And then let's repeat again. Okay, well, let's see here. We've got 4 lines of echo quilting over here, and we've only got 3 over here. Does it matter? Absolutely not. But I kind of want to branch my next shape off somewhere up here, so I'm actually going to stitch up one more time. You don't have to though. No one's going to count. I'm certainly not really, it's not really a big deal at all. I just realized that I really wanted to form the next shape kind of out like this and form a small space right in here. So it's really kind of looking at your space and where you want to go with it more than anything else. So now I've formed my space, I put my circle inside of it, I'm stitching my spiral, and now I'm going to fill up that little gap, filling in the eye area. And now I'm going to fill in this opposite space, and then I'm going to travel stitch to that tip. And that's where I'm going to start branching off with my echoes, coming down, travel stitching against this line, coming back up. And so this little space right here, that's going to be entirely filled up with just back and forth echoes. That looks just fine. Sometimes you're going to have little weird areas like that, and it's best to just find a creative way to fill it. Find a creative way to fill in that space so it looks most consistent with the rest of the design. So now I'm going to come this way and just start working some echoes in on this side. Okay, and at that point you just branch out with more designs. you're just going to repeat those same basic steps. Stitch a wiggly line, form a gap by stitching back on itself to form kind of a teardrop shape or a football shape, an eye shape. Put a circle inside of that, stitch a spiral in the circle, fill in the gaps around it, and then echo quilt to build up some space around it. This is definitely a step-by-step design, and I encourage you to go back and watch it many times because we're building up several different things here. There are many different designs, branching designs, that would be easier than this. Right off the top of my head, blowing wind would be a good design to play with first. McTavishing is a great design. That's kind of the mother of all branching designs in my opinion, so you could try that one. Understand that whenever we get complex like this, there's always an easier design you can start with and play with first before going to the really advanced combination of lots of different shapes. So here's what it looked like when I finished stitching Oblivion, and here's what it looked like when I stitched it out on Express Your Love. So that's it for Oblivion. This is a design that is a combination of many different shapes, of many different steps. So I would encourage you to go back and watch the video many times, make sure you get a handle on all of those different steps coming together, and then sit down and stitch it. You might want to even draw it a few times and see if that will help kind of bring all of the elements together. Also understand that there's no right or wrong way to stitch this. It doesn't matter if you stitch your spiral first and then stitch your circle or whatever you want to do. If you end up getting on the quilt and forgetting the order of something, that's okay. It's not the end of the world, and do understand that this is a complex design, but that doesn't mean that you have to start here. There's a lot of designs, branching designs, that are easier, and you can find an entire collection of them at the Free Motion Quilting Project. So definitely check that out and have fun stitching Oblivion on your next quilt. While you're online, definitely check out leahday.com. We have an online quilt shop there dedicated to carrying all of the tools and supplies for free motion quilting, as well as the books and DVDs I've created. So if you're looking for something along those lines, definitely check out our quilt shop and support the Free Motion Quilting Project with your orders. That's basically what allows us to be able to post so many videos for free and with no ads. So my name is Leah Day, and until next time, let's go quilt.